going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody in the building. If you are here and you can hear me clearly, please drop your ones in the chat. Please drop your ones in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Please drop your ones in the chat, y'all. Drop your ones if you are here and you can hear me loud and clear. Drop your ones if you can hear me and you can hear me loud and clear. Drop your ones if you're in the building. Drop your ones if you're in the building, you can hear me clear. Okay. I got 2 ones. Let me get a couple of more ones, y'all. Let me get a couple of more ones, y'all. Let me get a couple of more ones, y'all. Let me get 2 more ones so we can get into today's show. Let me get 2 more ones. Okay. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys can hear me loud and clear. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to everyone that's in the building right now. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Salute to everyone that's in the building, man. Shout out to all the visionaries. Shout out to all my lovely lady Maz that always come through and hold down the Chizat. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear any background noise? Can y'all hear any background noise? Let me know if y'all can hear any background noise. Can y'all hear me clearly? Do y'all hear any background noise? Because I want to know if before we get into today's show, do y'all hear a bunch of background noise or am I good? Okay. All right. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. We got another great show lined up today. I won't be that long today, but we will get into it. We will get into it today because we have to have this conversation. I know a lot of us are hip hop fans. You know, we love hip hop. A lot of us grew up on hip hop. You know, as we spoke about yesterday, hip hop culture is Black culture. You know, You may not agree with that personally, but in the market, in the business world, um, our culture is considered hip hop slash urban slash black. That's how our industry is labeled. It is labeled as hip hop slash urban slash black culture. So a lot of us have an affinity for hip hop. A lot of us love hip hop a lot. And I'm one of them. I'm one of those people that love hip hop. You know, I grew up on hip hop. Um Hip hop has not only been a part of my childhood, but it has been a part of my life, my livelihood every day. You know, especially being from New York and the times that I grew up in New York, hip hop, even now, still has a major influence on growing up in the city. You know, if you from a place like New York, Philly, um, Chicago, Detroit, um, these are places that are Atlanta, these are places that are known like hip hop cities. And there's a lot of hip hop history there. And you can go back years and see that people aspired to be in hip hop, you know? So we're gonna talk about this today, man, because I know a lot of y'all has been wondering how hip hop has gotten so weird. You know, like what's going on with hip hop? What has happened to hip hop? So if you're in the building, do me a favor and answer the poll. Answer the poll as well. Answer the poll if you're in the building. I'm gonna shout everyone out, and then we're gonna get into the show. We're gonna get into it. So shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to everyone that's in the clouds. Like I said, hit the like button, share the show. Hit the like button and share the show. Shout out to Young Reyes in the building. What up, Young Reyes? How you doing, bro? He says hip hop is a social movement and a reflection of its environment. Hey, Miss Camille, good to see you, love. Good to see you. One of my lovely lady Mars that always come through and make sure everything is okay. Thank you so much, Miss Camille. I really appreciate you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Peace to the God, Seth's son in the building. Shout out to my man Seth's son. Peace, peace. What up, Juan G's? What's good, Juan? How you been, bro? It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute, Juan. Hope all is well with you. Shout out to my comrade in the building. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Rona, in the building. Salute, salute, my brother. Salute. What's up, SCBM? What's going on with you? Shout out to Triple Eight, man. How you been, Triple Eight? He says, hey, man, they unsubbed me from you, and I was wondering why I wasn't getting any notifications. Yeah, YouTube do that, man. You know YouTube do that. Shout out to you, Triple Eight. Make sure you put your notification bells on. Make sure if you subscribe before, make sure you put those notification bells on, because you won't get any notifications if the notification bell isn't clicked. And sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe from you, or they'll unsubscribe you from channels if you don't have all the notifications on. But shout out to you, Triple Eight. I appreciate you, bro. Hey, Miss Rain and Woman. Shout out to Miss Rain and Woman. One of my lovely lady moms that always come through and hold it down. She says DS1 won't be on here long today. 1.5 hours later, you'll be getting into it. We are in here today. Thank you, Miss Rain and Woman. I appreciate you as always. Shout out to you, Miss Rain and Woman. Shout out to my brother Papa Flock in the building. What's good, bro? I appreciate your support, man. Shout out to my man Big Cap in the building. What up, Big Cap? Salute. Shout out to Joe Blast. Salute, my brother. Salute. Shout out to Elisino in the building. Salute, champion. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to my man Mr. D on a pull up. Salute, Mr. D. I appreciate that super chat, my brother. Salute, salute, salute. He says, salute DS1, here for the teaching. Shout out to my guy, Mr. D, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to Cuzzo want to pull up. Salute, Jeff Review. Salute, salute. AC in the building. What's up, AC? Salute, family. Salute. AAA says, yeah, I had to go resub and hit the bell. It completely removed me. Yeah, YouTube will do that. YouTube will do that. But I'm glad you back, AAA. Salute to you, fam. Salute to you, man. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to everyone that's coming through. Make sure y'all support the show. Make sure you hit that like button and share the show. That's how you support, man. That's how you show your support. You hit that like button, you hit that share button. Hit that like button and hit that share button, man. We got a conversation that needs to be had today, right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Like I said, if you're new here, I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Y'all see today's show, man. Y'all see today's show, the first gay family of hip hop. I told y'all we was going to talk about this. I told y'all we was going to talk about this, and I think it needs to be talked about because, of course, we all are part of hip hop culture. And again, a lot of us grew up loving hip hop, and we wonder what has happened to hip hop. What has happened? And what I want to start off first by letting you guys know is we've been speaking about the Africa Bambaataa thing for a couple of years on this channel, right? We're not really going into full coverage and tracking these people. Then we're not with that. We pretty much are speaking on the concepts and having a conversation about those things regarding the Africa Bambaataa situation. This is not a news channel. I'm not a blogger. So I'm not here to bring you guys any news about anything like that. Right? We're here to have a conversation and exchange perspectives on certain things that's going on. You know, and shout out to the people who choose to be news channels, but I'm not a journalist. I didn't go to school for journalism, and I don't really want to ride that TMZ what was that website called? World Star Hip Hop vibe, where you just sensationalizing the news. Like I said, shout out to the people who do that. Shout out to y'all. But over here, we do things a little different. And today, what we're going to speak about is we're going to speak on how hip hop, right, was the vehicle in which they ushered in this LGBTQ movement. This is why I have the question posed in the chat. Make sure you answer the poll if you're in the building. Do me a favor and please answer the poll. But this is why I asked that question. Because if we go back and we just look at things, if you just look at the thumbnail, just the thumbnail alone, if y'all can see this thumbnail here, y'all also have to remember Africa Bambaataa was also one of the leaders of the Black Spades. This is what the movie The Warriors was about. Remember when I brought that up the other day? The movie The Warriors was about the Black Spades. So when we talking about gangster rap, gangster hip hop, where did the gangster stuff come from in hip hop? It was already here. because the guys who were part of the first family of hip hop, they were gangsters. They were gang members in particular. But of course, in New York, we didn't call them gangs. We called them posses and crews. How do I know this? My dad told me this. My uncles was in posses and crews, and so was my dad. So that's how I know that back then it wasn't called gangs. They weren't called gang members. That gang stuff started in Chicago. That gang banging stuff and gang members, that's the Midwest and the West Coast. New York was about posses and crews. It wasn't, we didn't call ourselves gang members. We didn't have what they call gangs today. What up, Bob? Salute to you, my brother. Right? But Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation, excuse me, and the Black Spades, right, which turned into the Zulu Nation, were your first gangsters in hip hop. So a lot of y'all who demonize gangster rap, oh, we shouldn't have never brought this gangster element into our music. It was already here. Because a gangster is the father of hip hop. Bam wasn't just a musician. Bam also was a gangster. He was the leader of the Black Spades, one of the leaders of the Black Spades. Young Reyes says in the UK it's the same. The first gangster rap song was PSK by Schoolie D. So when y'all speaking about this gangster stuff and, oh, gangster rap destroyed hip hop and this, that, and the third, you gotta go back and study the father of hip hop. You gotta go back and study the Zulu Nation and who the Zulu Nation was. You see? You need to do a little more extensive history on New York hip hop and the home of hip hop, because New York is the home of hip hop. Understand this. New York is the home of hip hop. So all the elements that's in hip hop was created by New Yorkers. The 5 elements of hip hop was created by New Yorkers. The first genres of hip hop was created by us. So when y'all speaking about Bambaataa, y'all got to understand how extensive his history is, how far this man's arms stretch. Because just in case y'all don't know, we're not talking about the Zulu Nation. We're talking about the universal Zulu Nation. The universal Zulu Nation. This is why there's factions of the Zulu Nation all over. Because it's universal. And what is hip hop? What is hip hop considered? Global. It is a global genre. It is a global genre. Universal. So you have to understand how far this stuff goes. You don't see hip hop being practiced in certain countries for no reason. It is because of the influence of the Zulu Nation. So if you wonder why you got Latin hip hop, all of these different types of hip hop come from BAM. BAM was also in the UK. Young Reyes, you know a lot about hip hop. I see you know a lot about hip hop. So you know, or you should know about BAM's influence on UK hip hop. Because BAM was out there as well. I'm going to show y'all pictures. BAM was everywhere. That's why it's called the Universal Zulu Nation. BAM took the Zulu Nation around the world. This is how hip hop was spreaded. Not through these Jews like y'all try to say. No, it was through a black man by the name of Africa Bambaataa who went on a world tour. See, the first hip hopper to ever go on a world tour was BAM. It wasn't Run DMC. It was BAM. BAM was first. How you think the whole goddamn world know about Planet Rock? Because that song was played around the world. Young Reyes says, I knew that. Around the world. So when we talking about these or this gay agenda in hip hop, it's not an agenda, y'all. It's a part of hip hop. Let me say that again. This homo thug / DL stuff that's going on in hip hop, it is not a cult. It is not any of that secretive stuff. It is a part of hip hop. Like popping pills and doing narcotics is part of rock and roll culture. Raging, going to raves, that's a part of rock culture, rock and roll culture, right? Understand this, y'all. This down low homo thug stuff is a part of hip hop. And what we've been seeing these past however many years is these people not wanting to hide anymore. Y'all have to understand this. These people don't want to hide their boyfriends no more. They don't want to hide being cross-dressers. They want the world to celebrate them for who they are. Understand this. Who does this sound like? Who does this go back to? Africa Bambaataa. Who does this go back to? Ronald B. Stinger Savage. And yeah, I tagged Ron in the title because I want Ron to see this. I want Ronald Savage to see this. Because Ronald Savage, what you did was you just proved to the world that what we always thought was a mystery in hip hop, what we always thought dudes was doing to get paid All the shit that we heard years about the hip hop industry and what men are doing to get paid in the industry, you just proved all of the conspiracies correct, sir. He has proven all of us correct. Any of this stuff, see, I've been speaking about this stuff. I was talking about this shit 10 years ago, 15 years ago. See, these the type of conversations me and my homeboys used to have in the hallways. You know, when we doing what we doing. These are conversations we used to have. The conspiracy theories about hip hop. Dudes having to bend over to get paid. Dudes used to think I was crazy 15 years ago. Now it's being put in your face. Now you're actually seeing men wear dresses and shake their ass on stage. See, remember, we thought they just had to do it in the back room where nobody could see it. No, they want to be able to do this stuff on stage. And look how much it has progressed. Now you have a Tyler, the Creator. Now you have a little Uzi Vert who comes out like a little princess. See, this all comes from the sick mind of Bambaataa, the family of hip hop, the father of hip hop. The father of hip hop is a homosexual male. Listen to that. The father of hip hop is a gay man, a black man at that. See, what you just did, Ronald Savage, was you just allowed Bam a get out of fucking jail free card. That's what you did, Ronald. That's what you did. He's going to get out of jail free card because of you. So now there is no mystery about men sleeping with men in hip hop. That's no mystery. That's not a conspiracy. Now we know that there's male groupies who will sleep with these entertainers to get on, just like the chicks. We have proof of that through Ronald B. Stinger Savage, who's on his internet closure tour where he's telling everyone that he lied to us, that he bamboozled us, that he was never molested, he was never raped. Bambaataa didn't take advantage of him. He actually finessed Bam by lying about his age. This is what Ronald Savage is saying now, y'all. Y'all need to go and listen to B. Stinger. Not to shit on a brother, but to learn the sick mentality of these men. Because see, B. Stinger is sick in the head. He's sick in the head, just like Bam. These are sick men. Sick. They not normal. They sick. So is it safe to say that B. Stinger is the first hip-hop male groupie? Is it safe to call you that, B. Stinger? You're the first hip-hop male thought. You was the first man in hip-hop selling your ass to get on. So the father of hip-hop is the same man who ushered in the down low homo thug epidemic that comes from hip-hop. You know that thug image that you women like, and then you find out he like it up the butt? Who you think introduced this culture? Africa Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation, because these were the street niggas who was birthing these homo thugs. What do you think Hassan Campbell was? And I'm not trying to disrespect Hassan Campbell, but what do you think he was? Hassan told us that Bam had a line of killers, young boys from the streets, that he was molesting and turning them into killers. That's a homo thug. What do you think a homo thug is? Who remembers Ricky Lake back in the day? See, I got the memory of an elephant. I remember shit that people be dying to forget. Who remembers that Ricky Lake show, that famous Ricky Lake show that blew her up back in the 90s? See, what blew the Ricky Lake show up was when she brought them homo thug niggas on her show. Them homo thug niggas. When she was bringing black men in particular, who has a certain aesthetic, and the women couldn't tell if they was gay or not. And all the men was coming out saying that they sleep with men on the low. Who you think introduced that epidemic to the world on a talk show? Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake. That's how y'all know about the homo thugs and the down low black men in the community. Ricky Lake show. She had a whole show with men who women was salivating over. Oh my God, look at his body. Oh my God, he works out. Oh my God, he's so sexy. And all of them like men. Every one of them was down low homo thugs from jail. Them same niggas, y'all like to move in y'all house when they come home, and you like to put new clothes on them and let them drive your car. Them baby boy ass niggas, homo thugs. Homo thugs. Bam created that in hip hop with Ronald Savage. He created that. He created the homo thug in hip hop, Bambaataa. Hassan told us that. The same dudes who was running around terrorizing the streets of New York was getting molested by Bambaataa. They was getting touched by a man. They was getting turned out. That's why they didn't have a problem inflicting pain and violence on people in the community. This is why I said Bam is sick. Because what he was doing was he was creating killers by psychologically breaking them. See, when a man or woman, anybody for that matter, is great, that can break your psyche. That's how powerful the act of grape is. It can break your psyche. It can break your psyche. This is what Bam was doing. Bam was creating gladiators. Why do you think they call them Zulu warriors? Why do you think they call warriors? These are grown men who know how to take penis. These are grown men who know how to take penis. That's why they call warriors. Because they went to Bam Gladiator School. That was his bedroom. See, Hassan told the truth. He told you what made him a killer. Bambaataa touching him and then sending him out on missions. Picture after a nigga done molesting you, he send you outside to go shoot somebody. And then you come back and he molests you again, then send you home with some money. This is the type of shit that was happening to these men that we think is gangsters in the streets, that the whole community is scared of. They scared of this fat, nasty bastard, Bambaataa. The same niggas that had a whole project scared. They scared of Bam. They scared of Bam. See, Hassan to get up here and talk all that shit, he's scared of Bam. He don't want no smoke with them boys. He know that. That's why I keep telling y'all all this gangster shit is fake. It's not real. Stop believing it. Nigga, you only gangster to civilians. You ain't gangster to the nigga who took your manhood. You can't be a gangster. You got your manhood took, nigga. If you was a gangster, you would have died. But that's how you know all that gangster shit is fake. Because when you look in all these so-called gangster dudes, when you pull up their rap sheets, they all have mooktivity on their record. They all been mooking around before. Whether it was in jail, they was mooking around, or when they came home, they got found, somebody found out that they was playing with mooks. All these niggas playing mud. That's part of being a gangster. Y'all gotta understand this shit. Don't let these niggas tell you, these niggas like creating fairy tales. All these gangster niggas done played in some mud. All of them. If they ain't played in mud, they done touched children. They done played with little girls. Just look at all their track records. All of them. All these niggas who call themselves gangster. See, because a man not gonna call himself no gangster. Because a man is not gonna subject himself to certain shit that a gangster would. I'm not gonna subject myself to a homosexual. But Bam was giving niggas work, giving niggas guns, and turning them out at the same time. This is the nigga who gave us hip hop. You see? Y'all gotta find, y'all have to figure out how deep this shit goes. How deep it goes. See, Ronald Savage is now retracting his story because he's finally getting what he wants, which is recognition. See, Hassan been telling us for years that Bam had hundreds of little boys at his disposal because they all wanted to be part of hip hop. Look at her, look what B Stinger, look what they did to B Stinger. Look what they did to this man. And he literally allowed himself to be tortured just to say now he's a part of hip hop. He over there on his channel flexing, talking about he's original Zulu Nation. Like that's something to be proud of. Like that's something to be proud of. The Zulu Nation, protect the bag. Protect the bag. Yeah, I know, nigga. I know. Protect the bag. We heard you, B Stinger. Protect the bag. Protect the bag. You've been doing that since you was 15 years old. You always knew that you were supposed to protect Bam. All you young niggas did. Why you think Hassan protected him? Protect the bag. See, but when Hassan realized that he wasn't going to never get the recognition like the rest of you niggas, that's when he went rogue. Hassan don't want no smoke with Bam. He don't want to face him. Because he know he out of pocket. Because he knows how Bam raised him. See, Hassan is the bastard, out of control little child of Bambaataa, of the Zulu Nation. He's the bastard child. He's the child that acts crazy. He's the child that they could never control. That's who Hassan is. He don't listen to nobody but Bam. See, why you think when Bam showed up, Hassan's whole mood changed when he saw Bam outside again? See, this shit is deep, man, because you got to remember, there's a psychological connection. When you around a person you done had sex with before. And listen to me, y'all. I'm not trying to diss Hassan. This is not a roast a Hassan session. This is not that. This is to prove a point on how deep this shit goes. And when we talking about the first gay family in hip hop, see, they're not just the first family of hip hop. They're the first gay family of hip hop. They're the ones who bought all this gay shit that we see now. They introduced it. They introduced it all. And they introduced you to the players. Because see, I'm getting ready to show y'all some of our famous artists who are Zulu Nation members. Who are Zulu Nation members. See, we think the Zulu Nation is just some New York shit. It's called the Universal Zulu Nation. So they ain't just got New York rappers down with them. Watching I put up this list. What's up, Eva? How you doing? Is Saucy Santana? Yeah, Saucy's part of it. Saucy is a result of this gay hip hop culture. Yes, Saucy was made. He was created. What's up, Stacy Galore? How you doing? Hassan said Bam thought him. Yeah. Champ says toxic love. Ali Antar says, how are you forced to F your sister? Dude, these cats been sold us out for self-gain. Absolutely. 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 Bam said, nah, that was Fleece Johnson. Fleece Johnson said that, Triple Eight, that booty is worth more than water in jail. Shout out to my guy Deep in Thought. Salute, my brother. Salute. Yeah, Bam didn't say that. That was the booty warrior. Fleece Johnson. Fleece Johnson said that. Mr. D says, right, ain't nothing gangster about a man taking. Come on, man. Come on now. KRS-One defends Bam to this day because KRS-One is a member of the Zulu Nation. He's a member of the Zulu Nation. Outrageous TV. Salute, my brother. He says, most of these rappers are plants with fake storylines. Absolutely. Absolutely. Perfectly Imperfect. What's up, Perfectly Imperfect? You silly. But let's look at this list real quick. Let's take a look at the list of the members of the Zulu Nation that a lot of us may not know. Look at this. Look who's members of the Zulu Nation. The Universal Zulu Nation, which is considered a hip-hop group. You got Bam. You got Sada Kid. Where's Sada Kid from? Ice-T. Joey Star. Big Boy. Where's Big Boy from? Outkast. The Dungeon Family. The Zulu Nation. Big Boy. Did you know that? Jerobi White. Who's this? Who's that? Is it that DMC from Run DMC? Who's that? Jam Master Jay? From where? Run DMC. Oh, is it starting to click a little bit, y'all? Travis Bennett, KRS-One. KRS-One, protect the bag. Right, B Stinger? Protect the bag. Protect the bag. Right, B Stinger? We heard you, nigga. We heard you. Ali Shaheed Muhammad. Ali Shaheed. Guess who Ali Shaheed is down with? Common. This is Common's homeboy, Ali Shaheed from Chicago. So Bam and the Zulu Nation is in Chicago too? Wow. Maybe that's how he found out who R. Kelly. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Y'all see how far these tentacles are going, right? This is Common's homeboy. Common. Remember Common? Mr. Conscious Rap? Mr. Conscious Rap of Chicago? Who's also a GD, a gangster disciple. Just like Kanye West. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, good music. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Little Wayne. Little Wayne. Isn't he responsible for the millennial mooks? Little Wayne? Isn't Little Wayne responsible for bringing that rock shit to the millennial generation? Shawty wanna thug, bottles in the club. Remember that? Remember that? Do y'all remember when Little Wayne became a rock star? Shawty wanna thug, bottles in the club. Where you think all that come from? Wheezy. Wheezy and Baby. You see how our phones and the internet got us blind? Wheezy and Baby, Wheezy F Baby. Wheezy, he's Zulu Nation, y'all. He's Zulu Nation. This is the list of the Zulu Nation members right on Google. Whoever knew that Lil Wayne was part of the rap group, the Zulu Nation? Who knew that? I didn't know. Shout out to Stingray in the building. What up, Stingray? King Ra. Salute, King Ra. I thought Wayne was a New Orleans blood. Huh? It's called the Universal Zulu Nation. Oh, we're going to learn something today. Perfectly Imperfect says Jermaine Dupri was a dancer for Houdini, and they hung with Bam. Thank you. Thank you. Now we doing some thinking. Queen Latifah. There you go. Now, see? There you go. And she's what? A bull dagger. Queen Latifah is a what? A bull dagger. Come on now. Bull daggers. Why is that? UNITY. They been lying to niggas. I thought Common was a Mo. No, Common's not a Mo. Common is a GD. He grew up on the south side of Chicago. He's a GD. He's a GD. He made a song talking about the four corner hustlers and all of them. Common is a GD. Just like Kanye West is a GD. They GDs, bro. Fab Five Freddy. Who remembers MTV Raps? Y'all remember MTV Raps? Who was the host? Fab Five Freddy. Zulu Nation. Zulu Nation. Yo MTV Raps. Zulu Nation. Zulu Nation. It's right here. Go look it up yourself. All you gotta do is type it in Google search. It ain't hard. Ninth Wonder. Ninth Wonder. One of my favorite producers. Zulu Nation. Ice Cube. Zulu Nation. Ice Cube. Why would he be Zulu Nation? Ice Cube. Wanda D. Kumo D. It just seems like all of the original Def Jam artists from back in the day were Zulus. We just found out Run DMC was fucking Zulu Nation. Kumo D too? Who else? Oh, Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean. It's Zulu Nation. Free my grandma in the building. What up, Free my grandma? Shout out to Big Dice on the pull-up. Salute, Big Dice. Zulu Nation. Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean. Let's continue. Grand Mixer. DXT. I don't even know this guy. Wiz Khalifa. Ooh. Wiz Khalifa is Zulu Nation. Wiz Khalifa, y'all. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Wiz Khalifa, y'all. Look, it's right here. He's right there. Wiz Khalifa. You know what it is. Wiz Khalifa is a member of the Zulu Nation. Queen Latifah. We just spoke about her. Tyler, the Creator. How ironic is that? Torch. DJ Yukata. Donald D. Spoonie G. Chief Keef. Did not tell y'all they was in Chicago. Chief Keef. Did not just tell. Chief Keef. I'm not making this up, y'all. This is on Google. You could pull it up yourself. Chief Keef. Futura 2000, Fat Joe, who just received the key to the city. Fat Joe now owns the key to New York City. They gave the key to Fat Joe. Because you know Jay-Z has been in some legal troubles. But we ain't going to really get into that. Because you know these people still think they hiding everything. So you know Jay-Z, he's been in some trouble. So we going to get at the Fat Joe. Fat Joe has been working really hard. He's been rapping on tables. He's been slaving for Jay-Z for the past 3 years. Strong. That nigga has been slaving. This nigga has been hosting reward shows. He just went back to school and got his master's degree. Fat Joe has been working extremely hard. Hey, Joseph, you deserve it, Joseph. You deserve it, Joseph. Raina says, hey, leave Sugar Hill Gang out of this. Hey, I'm just reading the list. We don't know who gonna pop up on this list. We don't know who gonna pop up on this list, Raina. King Ross says, damn, Bam hand stretches across the whole country. Bro, the universal Zulu Nation. Universal. Moni Love. Joseph Simmons. What did I tell y'all? The whole Run DMC is Zulu Nation. The whole Run DMC, they're Zulu Nation. Funk Master Flex. Who was Funk Flex? Let me calm down. Let me get back on the regular camera and let me calm down. Let me ask y'all something. Who was Funk Flex's best friend in the industry? Who was Funk Flex's best friend? Let me see if y'all know some hip hop. He was a DJ too. Who mysteriously died and we don't know why. But I know why. Because I understand lingo. Thank you, Bob. Mr. C. Funk Master Flex is part of the Zulu Nation. His best friend was Mr. C. Who was caught doing what? Soliciting transsexuals in the village in New York City. They caught him. The police caught him multiple times trying to buy boy butt. This is Flex's best friend who mysteriously died. What did Mr. C die from? They never told us because they didn't want to dishonor that man's kids and his baby mamas because he was a mook and he died from monkeypox. He died from playing in mud. That's why he died. Okay? See, they ain't gonna just come out and say that about him. Because the world know that he liked playing with boys. He died from monkeypox. Buying them boys off the streets down there in the meat packing district. See, it used to be called the Village. It's not called the Village anymore. It's called the meat packing district. How ironic. How ironic that so many rappers get caught in the meat packing district. And these niggas is gangsters. Down there with the meat packers. Gangster niggas. Like your man Busta Rhymes. Down there in the meat packing district. Why you like going to clubs in the meat packing district, Busta? Let me ask you that, Busta Rhymes. Why do you like partying where grown men is voguing? Let me ask you that. God. Peace, God. God Tahim Allah. That's your name, right, Busta? Tahim Allah. Why you like partying with transgenders? Tahim Allah. God Allah. Huh, nigga? That's how you know these niggas are frauds. All this shit is fake, nigga. Bam. It's not the first family of hip hop. It's the first gay family of hip hop. He ushered in all of this mook-tivity that's going on in hip hop today. He was the first one wearing nail polish. Tell me Bambaataa wasn't. Tell me Bambaataa wasn't the first one to wear nail polish. Wearing kilts and skirts. Let's get back to this list. Let's get back to this list. Bronx Style Bob. Who is this guy? You know he's a mook. Professor Griff. Didn't I tell y'all Bam is the father of conscious and revolutionary hip hop? Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all that? After Bam came out, the conscious revolutionary rap came from Bam. What did I tell y'all? Professor Griff. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being salacious. I'm not just yelling. It's right here in your fucking face. It's right here in your face. He's the father of conscious rap as well. Because all them niggas who was so-called revolutionary and fighting the power, they was down with him. All these niggas. They was down with a pederast. They was down with a Catholic priest. All these niggas who said they was fighting for black folk. UNITY. You down with a goddamn child molester. Who you calling it? You down with a child molester. Fight the power. Huh, huh. You down with a fucking child molester, with a predator. Y'all all under these niggas. No matter what form of hip hop we want to talk about, it all came from Bam, the first gay family of hip hop. That's where all of it come from. Any form of hip hop. We just found out that Chief Keef is a member of the Zulu Nation. Do you know that they crowned Chief Keef as the father of drill rap? So the father of drill rap is under the father of hip hop. Are y'all, is 1 + 1 2? Is 1 + 1 2? We just found out that Chief Keef, the father of drill rap, is under the father of hip hop. He's under the Zulu Nation. Oh, I'm lying? Look, he right here. I'm lying for y'all that just coming in. Who's that? Who's this? Who is this? Oh, I'm lying. Oh, here's the way in. Look. Universal Zulu Nation members. Chief Keith. Oh, he exaggerating. What's that? Oh, so Google lying. We don't need to believe Google. Google's lying about the members that's part of a fucking rap group. So Google's lying. He's lying. Google's lying. Chief Keef ain't down with him. Chief Keef will never do that. Come on, bro. You OD'ing, nigga. Really? It's right here in your face, bro. It's right here in your face. Don't get mad at me. Because you believe the hype. Because you was bamboozled, hoodwinked, and led astray. Don't get mad at me. Why you mad at me? Oh, because I'm proving it. Huh. Shout out to my man T Church in the building. Salute T Church. Gotta do it, bro. We gotta do it. Your son says black culture destroyed itself, all those lies. Absolutely, my brother. All this shit going on with black folk, and that has always been going on with black folk, has been an inside goddamn job. I don't want to hear shit about no white man because you niggas teamed up with him. You teamed up with him. See, this is what I'm finding out. I don't want to hear no white man is the devil. Shut up, nigga. Shut up. Because I have to protect my children from your ass before a white man. Okay? Pedophilia don't have a color. Grape don't have a color. Pederasty don't have a color. So stop all this dumb shit. We not falling for that no more. We live in life. We know what people do. Not just white people. All people. The people that was touched and violated in your fucking family, ain't no white man do it. So I don't want to hear that dumb shit. Don't tell me what come from the white man when that shit came from your family. That's what you niggas did too. You made up all that bullshit to hide the predators. Oh, the white man's the father of homosexuality. Oh, the white man, he started all of this graping stuff. Shut your dumb ass up. You trying to hide that dirty ass nigga that's hiding upstairs in the attic, motherfucker. That's who started that shit in the family. Ain't no fucking white man do none of that. Shut up, nigga. Your dirty ass, whoever nigga in your family started it. That's why we talking about this. So we could walk around, we could stop walking around here believing bullshit. Like the black man didn't play a part in our own demise. This is what you niggas been trying to hide all these years. When the black man stole us into slavery, it was a black man who told them goddamn people where the tablets were. It was black people who bartered and did business with the slave masters. Tell the real truth. And stop trying to hide what the fuck we done. That's what you niggas like doing. Oh, we just gonna put it on the white man. Like the white man do. The white man do that. We even got that from the white man. Because the white man turn around and say, oh, y'all did it to yourself. Like he ain't play a fucking part in it. Like he ain't play a part in it. Y'all both doing the same shit. Playing the fucking blame game when y'all both just as responsible for what the fuck happened. We sold our own people out. That's what the fuck happened. That's what happened. That's why the takeover was so easy. But y'all don't like telling that part. That's why y'all don't like these type of shows. You don't like them. Because you really want to live in the dark. You really want to live in the dark. And you want to keep running around lying to our children. What up, Danny? Chief Keef, he's right here. Don't get mad at me. Professor Griff, Immortal Technique. Didn't I tell you all that conscious technical rap? That shit come from BAM. Look, Immortal Technique, he's right here. He's part of the Zulu Nation. All these niggas are sellouts. Joey Badass. Joey Badass. Look. Terminator X. Look. Earl Sweatshirt. Zulu Nation. Freddie Gibbs. Zulu Nation. Casey Veggies. Zulu Nation. Ali. Homo Thug. Ali. Zulu Nation. All you gangster niggas, how y'all, what made y'all feel comfortable being under a pedophile? All y'all gangsters. Ali. Because we know what this gangster shit come from. We know where y'all gangster careers started. Right in BAM's bedroom. Because you can't be no gangster if you can't take no wood. See, they don't tell you that part of being a gangster. See, you ain't no gangster if you can't take no wood. If you can't take no wood, you ain't a warrior. You ain't no warrior. You ain't no gangster. You can't be a killer. See? That's BAM. All this shit come from BAM. All of it. Why you think these young drill rappers, they all coming out the closet too? Look how the young boy from O Block just came out kissing his boyfriend in the picture. Chief Keef is Zulu Nation. They Zulu Nation. This is the culture. You heard what B Stinger said? Protect the bag. Protect the bag. That's what you do. You protect the bag. And that's what he did. That's why he went back and he said BAM ain't never violate him. He was willingly going to BAM's house. BAM ain't violate him. I liked it. I lied about my age. You see how sick this shit is? And this man can't even talk without being drunk. This man can't tell his story without being intoxicated. The Zulu Nation. Protect the bag. Protect the brand. I just showed y'all all the allies and the members to the Zulu Nation. There's more. They just showing you that on Google. There's more, a whole lot more. LL Cool J, Zulu Nation. A lot of these YouTubers are part of the Zulu Nation. Yeah. Like Sa Satan and the House of Devilshment that they call the House of Consciousness. Zulu Nation. He fuck with Bam. You know why? The proof he fuck with Bam, right? It's because he fuck with the Nuwapians. How you think he fuck? Who y'all think he know about polite? See y'all niggas think that this shit isn't set up. You think he just met Polite on the street one day? Hey, brother. You thought he just met Polite like that? No, Polite is a Nuwapian. Bam is a Nuwapian. We've been proved that Bam follows the teachings of Dr. York with the Zulu Kemetic Moors. If you know the history of Malachi York was part of every organization. The Zulu Nation has members from every organization that's in the Zulu Nation. That's why he named it the Universal. So that means whatever flag you waving, Kemetic, African, Israelite, Kemetic, any flag you want to fly, you can still be under the Zulu Nation, long as you pledge allegiance to Bam. See? MF Doom. MF Doom. MF Doom. Come on now. Jay-Z. Zulu Nation. Nas. Zulu Nation. They Zulus, man. Zulu Nation. Danny says Heavy D. MF Doom is originally from the UK. Universal. Zulu Nation. King Ra says, let's stop allowing Bam and his booty goons to disrespect the name of Shaka Zulu. They are now the Thigh Fillet Mafia. Right. Rock Nation. Right. Right, yes, son. Right. Young Reyes says, DS1, MF Doom was originally from the UK, but lived in America most of his life. Not surprised. Yeah, I didn't think about Heavy D, Brandon. But what's the name is definitely Zulu Nation. Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige. Puffy, all of that, Puffy, all of them. All of them. Little Nas X. Of course. Of course. There goes our childhood. Now you understand why I do these types of shows, Cynical One. Now you see why I do these types of shows. So we can identify the programming that we suffer from. Man, how the fuck I get like this? You got to start going around identifying all your influences and understanding what are they? What did it do to me? What is it still doing to me? See, we don't think about none of this. But see, the first thing they want you to do when you get a therapist is go back to your childhood. That's the first thing they want you to do. You see. You see. Yeah, Ron played it. He did. He did. He did. And it's nasty work what he's doing, Info Warrior, because what he's doing now is he's discrediting all the other victims that came out about Bambaataa. He's now saying that they're all liars. Also, because you lied, now everybody else a liar. You see how, do y'all see how dangerous this stuff is? Because I told y'all, the bigger picture for all of this stuff is what? Who remembers what I said the bigger picture for all of this Bambaataa stuff really is going to be? And why they paid B Stinger again, because he got some more money. They paid him again to now say he lied. And that they never happened, and now he's on a closure tour. Who remembers why I said they're doing this? Who remembers? You remember? Put it in the chat. Info Warrior says Cisco is a Zulu. Yes, that's right, at CBM. It is to finally add the P to the LGBTQ plus LGBTQIA plus community. They want to add the P. They want to add the P. Bambaataa was a pederast. He only touched boys. He's a pederast because there are different types of pedophiles. He's a pederast. He only touched boys. Like a lot of these Catholic priests, they're pederast. They're trying to legalize this behavior. They're trying to make this acceptable. They're trying to legalize grown men sleeping with kids. Because what they're going to later try to prove is to say that a child, right, has enough cognizance, right? They have the mental ability to give consent. Y'all don't see how this is the devil. This is the devil. They're going to try to prove that children can give consent to have sex. And if a child can give a grown-up consent to have sex with them, it's nothing wrong with that. This is what they're trying to do. This is how it's going to play out on the main stage, on a big screen. See? So now they need a closure tour. Now they need to make sure that B Stinger never retracts his story. B Stinger never comes out and say he was paid again. So now this is why he's on a closure tour, where now he's making a mockery out of what he's done and about how people felt sorry about him. Now he's just telling people, oh, well, you felt sorry for me? Well, you a dummy. He's straight coming out telling people. I watch the shows. I would play it for y'all, but Ronald Savage is a sucker. He'll flag me. He'll flag me. But I saw the videos. He cursing people out who felt sorry for him. Oh, well, nigga, you stupid. Protect the bag. Zulu Nation. I tell y'all niggas that. Y'all stupid. That's what he's saying now. That's what he's saying. What up, UFO? Salute. Torpedoes. Triple H says they will be successful. We in Sodom and Gomorrah. You do, but you do remember what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So I don't think they're gonna be successful. I don't think they're gonna be successful. I actually believe that this is really the beginning of the end to all of this shit. There you go, bro. Nambla plus Nambla plus Bamla equals pedophile promotion. Facts. PDF file promotion from Nambla and Bamla. Yeah. You know about Nambla, right? Right, the close your mouth tour. Facts. Facts. Triple H says, yep, it's going to happen here. Two called missiles. A lot of people are saying that, man. A lot of people are saying that, but I think the war is really more spiritual than physical. They want us to be afraid and stay on the lookout for a physical war so they could control us spiritually. That's just how I always looked at it, you know. Not saying that you guys are wrong, but I don't think it's going to be a physical war. I don't think so. Info Warrior says, to keep it real, the Savage last name is Jewish. That's so-called Jewish. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. I heard that. I heard of that in South Park, from South Park. Who coming at Martin? Raining woman. But if y'all in the building, man, definitely like today's show. Definitely like today's show. Share today's show. Support the show. Cashapp $DS100 Network. $DS100 Network on Cash App. Shout out to everyone who has supported. If you hit the Cash App, if you hit the super chat, it's very much appreciated, man. But we definitely had to talk about this, man, because when we talking about the first family of hip hop, right? When we talking about a first family in general, we're talking about the beginning. We're talking about what we call today our ancestors. So we need to find out what we come from to understand how the fuck we got here. See, nobody want to do that. They just want to keep suffering presently, but don't even know you coming from a goddamn curse. You coming from a curse. This hip hop shit is a design curse for us. That's what this shit is. This shit is not freedom. It's not freedom. It's not setting nobody free. It's not changing nobody's life. Because see, tomorrow we're going to talk about how this same hip hop music gentrified the neighborhoods and how they use hip hop to create these programs and these crime acts and crime bills to shut down whole neighborhoods and gentrify them. We're going to go into that tomorrow. Because see, you got to understand how this works. Spiritual and political is tied. Just like spiritual and economical is tied. It's all encompassed into one. This is how these people work. They work through the spirit, and through the spirit, they can control your culture and control your goddamn money. They only controlling your money because they only controlling your money because they controlling your culture. And the reason why they controlling our culture is they controlling what the fuck we believe in. They are in control in who we serve spiritually. That's why they can make commercials about beer and liquor Cool. Y'all don't see who's in charge yet? Y'all don't see who's pulling all of these strings? Who our people was tied to, and who our people really believe in, and who our people really pledge allegiance to? It's the devil. It's the devil. Economics is connected to politics. Politics is connected to spirituality. You know, that's how they set up the government. Councils, you know, you have councils. See, all you got to do is pay attention. It's not hard. Stuff be right in our face. That's why they said if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. You want to hide something from a nigga, just put it in a book. Because niggas like to read covers. They don't like to open up nothing. That's why most niggas don't like to open up. See? You see? Info Warrior says, I feel great without drinking. But you know that takes a while, man, to get your taste buds back, Info Warrior, especially if you've been drinking for a long time. For you to say it tastes like death, I'm pretty sure at one time it tastes like heaven. Just being honest. Young Reyes says, DS1, I believe no matter hip hop and UK grime, one culture, because it's all one culture while being different. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. UK grime is our US drill. So it's all the same. It all comes from one culture. And it all perpetuates the same lifestyles. It's just in a different environment. That's why I kept stressing the fact that Bam named it the Universal Zulu Nation. He changed it from the Zulu Nation to the Universal Zulu Nation because they were going around spreading this culture all around the world, my brother. All around the world, not just around the country, around the world. That's why he named it Universal Zulu Nation. AAA Job says, Satan is the God of this world. Talk to him. What up, Craigo? Salute. Salute. That part, never or barely in libraries. But just be honest, perfectly imperfect. Nobody really goes to the library no more. Unless you a little kid, people don't go to libraries no more. They go on Amazon and just buy the book. Or they go listen to the audio book. Most people don't be in libraries no more. That's because of the internet. That's not because people just lazy and don't read. A lot of people just don't go to the library no more because of the internet. You know? But I understand what you're saying. I'm from where, Info Warrior? I'm from where? I don't understand what you're saying. Perfectly Imperfect says, how you think breakdancing got into the Olympics? Bam. Talk about it. Hey, Shonda, how you doing? She says, great show, DS1, and very informative. I just look back at my hip hop cultural Odyssey tribute to hip hop book, and who wrote the intro to the book? Africa Bambaataa. How ironic. How ironic. Right, Shonda? I appreciate you, sister. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Time to work. Shout out to Time to Work. Salute. 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 Peace to you, my brother. AAA says, with the internet, no need for the library. And if you ignorant today, it's because you want to be. Facts. Facts. That's a fact. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got a whole generation called Generation Z who didn't care about the library. They literally learned off the goddamn internet. They literally learned off the internet. Literally. King Ross says facts, perfectly imperfect. Next time is going to be rap battles in the Olympics. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. That might be crazy, King Ra, but that might be coming. That might be coming. That might be coming because a lot of rappers been getting close. A lot of battle rappers, excuse me, been hanging out with politicians, man. Y'all remember the last election with Charlie Clips and DNA? They did a whole tribute to make people vote for Joe Biden. DNA and Charlie Clips. Y'all remember that? Bam is an international octopus. Absolutely. 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 I'm telling y'all, he was the first rapper to go on a world tour. That's why everybody across the world knows this man. He was the first rapper to go on a world tour. Remember, only rock stars was doing this. You have to remember what was the hot genre before hip hop. It was rock and roll. It was rock and roll. Only rock stars was going on world tours. Bam was the first rapper to go on a world tour. Y'all got to understand how big that was back in that time. Y'all got to understand that, man. Y'all got to understand how much influence that created for hip hop. That was big, man. Bigger than what a lot of y'all think or understand until y'all do some more investigating, and then y'all begin to see the tentacles and how far Bam stretch. This is why the Zulu Nation, excuse me, the Universal Zulu Nation is called the first family of hip hop. Because these are the ancestors. Now, how you feel about having gay ancestry? I'm not cracking jokes. I'm being for real. How does it feel to find out that the same culture who taught you to be upright, straight, and to protect and take care of women, you was taught that by a homosexual? The same man who don't even like women, who can't stand women. Remember, hip hop taught us as little boys to protect women. If you didn't learn that from men in your household, hip hop taught you that. Hip hop told you that that black woman was a queen. If your daddy and the men in your family never taught you that, hip hop taught us that shit. To respect that black woman, to respect your mother, to hold your mother in high regard over everybody. Hip hop taught the little black boy that. If he didn't have a daddy at home. Why you think they called Bam Bada their father? Why you think Hassan said Bam taught him everything he knew? Bam taught him what it was to be a man. This shit is deeper than what we think, y'all. It's psychological. This is why Hassan is messed up. Because imagine the same man who teaching you how to be a man is taking your fucking manhood. Think about that. The same man that's teaching you how to be a man is taking your manhood at the same time. He telling you never let a nigga disrespect you, never let a nigga violate you in a certain way. Then he doing it. And you got to sit there and lay there and accept it. But he telling you never to take it from anybody else. See how psychological that is? You see how that could crack your brain? How that could smack your whole consciousness? You be running around here acting like Ronald Savage, drinking beer out of a goddamn Chinese container, calling it apple juice. He's sitting on a goddamn camera getting drunk off honey buns and beer. And y'all sitting there making a spectacle with him. Y'all don't understand how much this man is suffering. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see Beast Stinger on his last leg, y'all. Beast Stinger's gonna crash out on here. This is the end of Beast Stinger, y'all. This is the end. So the whole story about Bam has been put to bed in hip hop because of what Beast Stinger did, man. So you know how many people, you know how many other goddamn people won't ever have closure because of what you done, Ronald Savage? Hassan will never have closure. Why you think he get triggered every time he see Bam? He hasn't had any closure. We talking about the first gay family of hip hop. Who brought the gangster mooks into the game? Because some of these same street dudes, they were Zulu Nation, and then they turned into Bloods and Crips. See, I bet y'all don't know that either. A lot of the old school guard body niggas were Zulus. They stopped fucking with Bam because they found out he was touching kids. A lot of the old school guard body niggas. They know what Bam was doing. That's why they separated from the Zulu Nation, the nation of gods and earths. Because Bam was a part of that too. I told y'all he did what Malachi York did. Malachi York was a pastor in the church. He was a Muslim. He was an imam before. He was guard body before. He was Kemetic before. Who you think Bam followed? Just put them next to each other. Bam plus Malachi York is Brother Polite. It's Brother Polite. Y'all don't see how Brother Polite fooled us with the whole hip hop swag? Hip hop is a weapon that they've been using for decades to destroy the black community. See, now I'm realizing this shit. Now I'm realizing it. And I'm not talking about from an economic perspective, from a spiritual perspective. I see what they're doing, which ties into everything else. Young Reyes says, Muslim clerk Dr. Bilal Phillips exposed York. Yeah, it's no secret about Dr. York. No secret. Shonda says, I'm definitely seeing more of the tentacles of a lot of this. It will be hard to listen to some hip hop music the same after gaining more knowledge of this. Absolutely. 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 Perfectly Imperfect says, Polite ain't fool me with them crusty soup cooling. Craigo says, hip hop became a wolf in sheep's clothing. Facts. 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 Because who was Bambaataa? A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's who Bam was. That's who Bam was. Remember, this is Bam's creation. This is a black man's creation. A black man with a perverted mind and a corrupted soul and spirit. That's why hip hop is able to be used as a weapon, because Bam is the weapon, the father. This is why I spoke about on the first show, I spoke on the generational curses that men create. The father created this. The father, the man, the masculine principle created this. SCBM says Dr. York was trafficking kids to the Epcot Center of mind control for mind control. It goes really deep with him. Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't think Bant allegedly. Hey, you don't see all these young girls getting snatched off the New York streets, Atlanta street. Yeah. It's funny how Diddy is being accused for sex trafficking. Young Reyes says DS1, interesting conversation, but I still feel I want to support hip hop both in the UK and America. Bro, you can support them. You can support hip hop all you want. I mean, it's almost inevitable, because remember, hip hop is our culture. I'm still gonna buy fitted hats. Rappers got us wearing fitted hats. Rappers got us wearing trucker hats. Rappers got us wearing graphic tees. Come on, man. You know? Info Warrior says, you ever hear of the Franklin Institute? I heard the name of it, but what is it about? I heard the name, but I don't know what it's about. What the institute is actually about. Info Warrior. Shout out to my man Deeski Velli in the building. Deeski says appreciating a person for their talent is a hell of a lot different from making them a guy-like figure because of it. Facts. Totally different recipe. Facts, Deeski. It's a fact. And what you was just touching on, Deeski, is how these rappers are actually made. They're made. The people that we see on television, they're made for us to view them in the manner that we do. So it's a whole hell of a lot different than just them having talent. They're made into celebrities. They're created players. Craigo says, DS1, you know people still follow Dr. York. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's still factions of the New Wapians today. Absolutely. That's a fact, Craigo. The godfather of grime is Wiley. I wonder if he knows Chief Keef. Young Reyes. Triple Eight says some people just don't learn. Travis Scott can have a whole demonic sacrifice and we still ain't go nowhere. Hey, man. Hey. What up, Danny? Danny says Zulu Nation and Sex Money Murder is linked as well. Come on, bro. Do we gotta go there, man? That's why I said a lot of your OG bloods, first generation bloods in New York City, they were Zulus first. And if they weren't Zulus, they were guard body. These are facts. These are facts, bro. So it's not even just the Sex Money Murder cats. It's the whole blood shit in New York. A lot of them dudes who turned blood, they were Zulus first. And if they wasn't Zulus, they was guard body. Then they went to jail and turned blood because they ran into homeboy from California. I forgot homeboy name. So it's not just the sex, money, murder shit. It's all the bloods. It's all the bloods. That's why they rep the 5-point star and all of that. Bam and them rep the 5. Bam and them ride that 5. The 5-point star. The People's Nation. Don't let me keep going into that, man. Y'all don't have me go into that, man. Don't have me go into that, man. Yeah, Tory Lanez. Yep. Look at Tory. Yeah, they did Tory dirty. They did Tory dirty. They set Tory ass up. They put him in a trick bag. What up, D's? Shout out to my guy D's, man. He said, love that boy DS1 always dropping nicks and dimes on a nigga mind. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to my guy D's, man. Appreciate you, bro. DS1 Wiley has interviews in 2012 speaking against drill music. Wow. Surprised at that. But shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up to today's show. Shout out to everyone who has financially supported today's show as well. If you hit the super chat, if you hit the Cash App, it's very much appreciated, man. It's very much appreciated. Shout out to everyone. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. If you haven't yet, hit the poll on the way out as well. Get in the comment section, man. Let me know what you think of this topic. Let me know what you think of today's show. We will be back tomorrow with another show. Y'all stay tuned. But make sure y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to all the visionaries, man. Shout out to all my lovely lady mods for always coming through and holding it down, man. I appreciate everyone for pulling up to today's show, man. I'm glad y'all enjoyed this one, man. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.